love the Eagles as much as we do, then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. Rumors have been swirling around the NFL for weeks, and now sources close to the situation are hinting at something that could shake the league to its core. TRISTAN WIRFS, the formidable offensive tackle known for his relentless drive and ironclad blocking skills, is reportedly leaning toward a move that nobody quite expected, but is now generating intense speculation across social media, sports forums, and insider circles. The chatter began subtly, almost like whispers in a crowded room, where insiders dropped hints about meetings, private negotiations, and personal calls that hinted at a potential deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. Analysts, commentators, and even former players are weighing in, dissecting what such a move could mean for the balance of power in the league, with some arguing that WIRF's presence could transform the Eagles' offensive line into an almost impenetrable wall. Fans are reacting in real time, their excitement, skepticism, and incredulity blending into a storm of tweets, posts, and videos, as every new detail is dissected, questioned, and debated. The rumor has gained so much traction that even casual observers, who normally ignore insider news, are now tuning in just to see how this saga unfolds, making WIRF's next move one of the most anticipated stories of the season. Sources suggest that the initial conversations between TRISTAN WIRFS and the Eagles were discreet, handled behind closed doors in offices, luxury hotels, and private calls that left no trace for the public eye, fueling the mystique surrounding the situation. According to insiders, the discussions started with a soft approach, where the Eagles reportedly outlined a vision of their offensive future, promising WIRFS a central role in shaping their strategy and protecting their quarterback in ways that would elevate his status within the league. The timing of these talks is curious, coinciding with other moves and rumors that could affect roster balance, salaries, and draft strategies, making analysts speculate that the Eagles are not just interested in talent, but in creating a domino effect across the league. Meanwhile, fans have picked up on subtle signals, such as WIRF's cryptic social media activity, changes in his public appearances, and even comments from teammates, which collectively have sparked waves of speculation and excitement. The narrative is developing with cinematic intensity, as every outlet seems to amplify every hint, transforming a potential negotiation into a full-blown saga that feels more like a primetime drama than a sports story. While nothing is officially confirmed, the momentum behind the rumor is undeniable, suggesting that TRISTAN WIRF's decision could be imminent and could redefine perceptions of team dominance in the NFL. Even the language used by insiders and commentators has fueled the fire, with words like leaning toward, serious talks, and potential fit dominating headlines and broadcasts, creating an atmosphere of suspense that keeps fans and critics alike on edge. Social media platforms have exploded with posts, memes, and analytical breakdowns, each one dissecting every known aspect of WIRF's playing style, potential fit with the Eagles, and the strategic implications of his addition. Former players have joined the discussion, offering perspectives that blend first-hand experience with speculative insight, which only adds layers of complexity to the growing narrative. Analysts argue that TRISTAN WIRF's skill set, his balance of brute strength, agility, and football intelligence, makes him a rare commodity, and placing him on the Eagles roster could create matchup nightmares for opposing defenses. Meanwhile, fans are engaging in fervent debates, some welcoming the possibility as a transformative acquisition, while others question the logistics, salary cap considerations, and the impact on team chemistry. The rumor has also prompted comparisons to past blockbuster signings, with commentators examining whether this potential move could rival historic acquisitions in terms of both on-field impact and media attention. All of this combines to create a rich tapestry of anticipation, speculation, and intrigue, making TRISTAN WIRF's next step arguably one of the most compelling stories of the NFL offseason. The narrative surrounding TRISTAN WIRF's potential move to the Eagles is further complicated by the timing of team events, upcoming games, and other strategic roster maneuvers that could either accelerate or stall negotiations. Insiders have hinted at last-minute discussions, meetings with coaches, and private evaluations that indicate both sides are weighing more than just salary. Intangibles such as leadership, culture, and long-term strategy are reportedly under intense scrutiny. The rumor mill has become a 24-hour news cycle phenomenon, where each passing hour generates new analyses, predictions, and insider leaks that keep fans glued to screens in anticipation of the next development. Some experts are framing this as a chess game, where the Eagles must balance their aggressive pursuit of talent with caution, ensuring that every move aligns with long-term goals and minimizes risk. While Tristan Wirfs himself is reportedly considering not just the financials, but the opportunity to contribute to a team vision and a culture that aligns with his own ambitions. Sports media outlets are capitalizing on the tension, producing content that ranges from deep-dive breakdowns of Wirfs' technique to speculative features about how his addition could influence game outcomes, playoff prospects, and even league narratives. The combination of athletic prowess, strategic significance, and media amplification has transformed a potential transfer into an evolving story that captivates both hardcore fans and casual observers, underscoring the magnetic pull of Tristan Wirfs' potential decision on the NFL landscape. Adding another layer of intrigue, whispers suggest that internal team dynamics within the Eagles could play a crucial role in shaping the outcome, with coaches, star players, and management all reportedly weighing in on how Wirfs would integrate into existing schemes. Analysts are paying close attention to these dynamics, speculating that the team's culture, chemistry, and locker room leadership could be decisive factors, influencing whether the signing, if it happens, becomes a monumental success or an overhyped gamble. The speculation has inspired a range of reactions from fans, from elaborate breakdowns of past performances and projected statistics to playful banter, memes, and hypothetical matchups that imagine the Eagles' offensive line as an impenetrable fortress. Meanwhile, former players and commentators contribute additional layers of insight, offering perspectives that combine first-hand experience, historical comparison, and calculated prediction, creating a multidimensional narrative that feeds the rumor cycle. Media coverage has been relentless, with every detail, no matter how minor, scrutinized, contextualized, and amplified, which has only intensified anticipation for an official confirmation or denial. The build-up resembles a carefully staged suspense thriller, where every subtle gesture, statement, or social media post becomes a potential clue in unraveling the ultimate outcome, making Tristan Wirfs' next decision a focal point of conversation across the NFL universe. This swirling, ever-evolving story has created a climate of excitement, speculation, and tension that underscores how a single potential transfer can dominate both media discourse and fan imagination in a way that few sporting events manage to achieve. Despite the lack of official confirmation, the momentum behind the rumor is undeniable, and the speculation has entered a phase where narrative, perception, and potential reality intertwine, generating a phenomenon that transcends typical sports reporting. Fans, analysts, and commentators are collectively constructing a story that seems to exist both in speculation and in expectation, with every rumor, hint, or insider quote contributing to a collective imagination of what Tristan Wirfs' future could hold. The NFL, as a landscape, thrives on such moments of uncertainty, where a single player's decision carries ripple effects that affect not only team performance, but also fan engagement, league narratives, and media cycles. The build-up around Wirfs' potential move to the Eagles is emblematic of the modern sports ecosystem, where rumors spread faster than press releases, social media amplifies speculation, and fan involvement transforms every whisper into a collective storyline. While the final outcome remains pending, the story itself has already achieved significance, highlighting the intersection of talent, strategy, and perception in professional sports. In this environment, Tristan Wirfs' decision is more than a potential transfer. It's a narrative event that commands attention, shapes discourse, and fuels the imagination of anyone who follows the NFL, creating a suspenseful, ongoing conversation that shows no signs of slowing down. The speculation around Tristan Wirfs' potential commitment to the Philadelphia Eagles has reached an almost feverish level, with sports media, insiders, and fans dissecting every conceivable angle of what this move could mean. The discussions reportedly involve not just contractual terms, but a deep dive into team culture, strategy, and the evolving identity of the Eagles as a franchise that seeks both immediate impact and long-term dominance. Analysts are suggesting that WIRFS' presence could fundamentally alter game plans, particularly in the red zone and crucial third-down situations, providing the Eagles with an offensive stability that has eluded them in previous seasons. Meanwhile, social media has exploded with fan-generated content ranging from tactical breakdowns, simulations, and speculative matchups to humorous memes and debates about who could be displaced or elevated within the roster. The intensity of the chatter reflects a convergence of professional analysis and fan imagination, creating a narrative ecosystem where rumor and speculation blend seamlessly. Observers note that the timing of the potential deal is critical as it coincides with other major league decisions that could ripple through draft strategies, salary cap management, and team morale. This combination of strategic importance, media amplification, and fan obsession has transformed Tristan Wirfs' decision into a story that feels larger than football itself, capturing attention far beyond the confines of stadiums and locker rooms. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors indicate that private meetings between Tristan Wirfs and key Eagles personnel have been meticulous, with each session dissecting not just salary figures but intangible factors like leadership influence, locker room integration, and long-term team synergy. According to sources, these discussions are less about money and more about vision. How Wirfs could shape the trajectory of a franchise determined to be both competitive immediately and resilient over multiple seasons. Analysts speculate that his adaptability, football IQ, and physical dominance make him uniquely positioned to fit into schemes that require both power and finesse, allowing the Eagles to diversify, play calling, and open new tactical avenues. Fan reactions are a mixed bag of exhilaration, skepticism, and heated debate, with every social media platform flooded by threads analyzing past performances, potential matchups, and imagined scenarios where Wirfs' addition creates an almost insurmountable offensive line. Commentators compare this possible move to historical signings that changed franchise fortunes, emphasizing the transformative potential if negotiations conclude favorably. The rumor has inspired not just speculation about gameplay, but also about team culture, branding, and even fan engagement, as the anticipation surrounding Wirfs' decision has created a kind of communal suspense rarely seen outside championship games. It's a fascinating intersection of athletic talent, strategic importance, and narrative drama, keeping the football world riveted. Speculation intensifies further when insiders hint at subtle signals that Tristan Wirfs might be leaning toward the Eagles, from offhand social media comments to reported private conversations with coaching staff. Analysts note that these breadcrumbs are often enough to generate waves of excitement, scrutiny, and debate, turning every minor detail into a potential confirmation or contradiction. The rumor has taken on a life of its own, where fans, media, and commentators collectively construct a storyline that blends fact, speculation, and imagination into a continuous narrative cycle. Experts argue that if Wirfs joins the Eagles, it will not merely be an addition of skill, but a cultural infusion that could redefine team identity, elevate morale, and inspire younger players to raise their performance standards. The discussion has expanded to include potential ripple effects on other teams, with draft strategies, free agency decisions, and even coaching adjustments being reevaluated in light of a possible deal. The social media frenzy surrounding this rumor reflects a modern sports phenomenon, where engagement, speculation, and narrative construction all interact to create a story that is simultaneously unpredictable and compelling. Ultimately, the Tristan Wirfs Eagles saga has become a spectacle that transcends ordinary sports news, existing as a dynamic interplay of rumor, analysis, and collective anticipation. Industry insiders also suggest that the potential move could trigger strategic recalibrations across the league, with rival teams reassessing offensive and defensive schemes in preparation for an Eagles lineup fortified by Tristan Wirfs' elite abilities. Analysts note that his versatility, technique, and football intelligence could enable the Eagles to execute more complex plays, sustain longer drives, and control tempo in ways that fundamentally challenge opponents' defensive planning. Meanwhile, fans continue to dissect hypothetical scenarios, projecting WIRFS' influence on weekly matchups, playoff implications, and long-term team stability. Media coverage remains relentless, with every update magnified through news cycles, podcasts, and video commentary, creating an ongoing, immersive narrative for enthusiasts who follow both rumor and strategy. Former players contribute insight that blends first-hand experience with analytical observation, adding credibility and depth to the speculation while fueling further discussion. Observers are captivated not only by the athletic and strategic implications, but also by the human dimension of the story, the decisions, motivations, and ambitions of a player at the center of high-stakes negotiations. As the rumor persists, Tristan Wirfs' potential commitment to the Eagles becomes more than a transfer possibility. It evolves into a cultural event within the NFL, captivating imagination, shaping discourse, and commanding attention across media platforms and fan communities. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.